Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is March 4th. I am going to be doing a prediction video here in a little bit. I've had some wild dreams lately, and I want to kind of talk about some of that stuff. I feel like I'm a little bit on the verge of kind of a crash out, not because like I'm struggling, because I'm actually doing pretty good, but the world around me is driving me batty with the amount of people that are acting like everything is normal and expecting me to do the same. So I'm going to be doing a video about the predictions of what I think I'm seeing coming here in the very near future. So keep an eye out for that. Excuse the background noise. We're on day 2 of 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds and 60-mile-an-hour gusts. So it's been a little bit of a rough environment here the last couple of days, especially because all of my dogs are afraid of the noise. So today the moon is in Taurus. We are still kind of in that like more calm, stable, emotional state. However, it is being ruled by Venus retrograde in Aries. So there is like this subconscious state where we're all just kind of thinking about what am I doing? Like, honestly, what am I doing? Why am I like killing myself for money when that's not what I want to do? Why am I, just beating myself down to have stuff when I don't really need that stuff? Like, you're really rethinking what you need in the terms of survivability, comfort, and things of that nature, finances. And you're really kind of second guessing things right now, okay? The moon has already, or as of right now, making a sextile to Mars, and later it's going to make a sextile to Saturn in Pisces. So this is really going to like this opportunity of thinking about what do you really need? What do you really need to do for your comfort, for your home, for your family? What do you really need to do to like stand your ground? Why are you listening to your intuition? Are you kind of going with the flow type of thing here? Where are you being held back because of the idea of what's comfortable? Okay. We also have Mercury moving into a sextile with Pluto. That's going to be in effect until like tomorrow morning. This is a good opportunity to really have that conversation. Like you're seeing what's happening in the world around you, right? That destruction with Pluto in Aquarius. This is that opportunity to talk about that. This is the opportunity to discuss with your family about what changes you need to make to be able to ride this wave, okay? Today is a better day to have that conversation than tomorrow will be, because once the moon moves into Gemini, it's going to get a little spicy. And then later this evening, the moon's going to make a conjunction with Uranus. So this might be like that aha moment that shows you what changes you need to make, what you need to do to be able to ride this wave a little better, okay? So energy-wise, like there is this energy of like uncomfortableness going on, but we're in a good headspace and a good subconscious space to be able to like kind of navigate it and think about what we need to do in regards to this uneasiness, okay? So let's go ahead and pull some cards on this. What is the energy of the day for the collective? Look at that, the Tower. Everything's falling apart. Like, quite honestly, I'm like I said, I feel like I'm about to crash out just because of the amount of people that are acting like everything's normal. Like, literally, stock market's crashing, the economy's crashing, everything is crashing, okay? And that is just that energy of the day that we're feeling here. Okay, what does the collective need to focus on today? The sun. How can you shine within the Tower without... So I've been talking for a long time about, using this retrograde time to make sure that you're working on yourself. And a lot of this is about like making sure that when the Tower finally completely falls, I mean, we've been seeing the bricks falling for a while. The Tower's coming down. Making sure that you are able to still be standing when that Tower falls. It falls around you, not on top of you, right? So that's what we're focusing on today. How can you keep your confidence, keep yourself going within this destruction? Where do you need to downsize? Where are you holding yourself back by worrying about If you have a nice enough home, are you keeping up with the Joneses? Are you like, where can you cut all of that out of your life and find your true happiness that isn't based in money or, things like that? It's really rethinking our financial situations and our what it really means to be abundant, really, okay? And what are we avoiding today? What is the collective need to avoid today? We've got the Emperor. Okay, these are all major arcana cards. This is the universe in control, okay? This is not necessarily a major event thing, but it is definitely a listen to what the universe is telling you, what your spirit guides are telling you. Go with the flow. You don't have control of this. These are things that have to happen, okay? And we are avoiding the Emperor because the Emperor is like, it's like that king, right? The king who makes it to the top and then they're going to defend that at all costs, right? Maybe you don't need to be a king. Maybe you don't need to be sitting on a throne. Maybe it's okay for you to not have the nicest of the nicest. Maybe it's okay for you to let go of some of the things that you are holding on to for image purposes, for status purposes, okay? Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. Why have you been working so hard? How many things are you carrying that aren't yours to carry? What is feeling so heavy on you right now? What wands can you drop to lighten your load? All right. We have all been working ourselves to death. Look, for the last year, over a year, since last January, all I've heard in my head is this is not what we were created for. This working ourselves to death just to have a pretty bank account and a pretty house and a pretty car and pretty stuff and pretty clothes. This isn't it. This isn't why we're here, right? And I think a lot of other people are really starting to get to that point as well. We have been carrying so much of a load just to appease others when we didn't really need to be. Okay, so we're really thinking about that. Which wands are you carrying that aren't yours? How much weight are you carrying based on other people's projections or other people's expectations of you? Okay. Oh, let's see. Clarifiers for the Tower here. Clarifiers for the Tower. That is like a whole handful. We don't want a whole handful. Clarifiers for the Tower, please. There. 5 of Cups and the Devil. Okay. Oh, look, Justice on the bottom. Like, things are balancing, trying to balance ourselves. The universe is trying to balance things out here. So we have 5 of Cups and the Devil. This is like regrets that are holding you back. So you could be feeling, everything is falling apart and you're like, man, I should have done things differently. I put too much work into this thing that didn't really matter. Right, so you might be feeling that today, especially with that Mercury or Venus being retrograde in Aries, where you're going to start having some regrets of allowing, or not allowing, I guess the allow is not the right word here, but of kind of following the crowd, following the expectations of society. You really might be kind of thinking about how much of yourself you've given up just to appease the world around you, okay? And that's a harsh one to do, honestly. I did this about a year ago. When I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, man, I could have been so much further on my path if I had stopped letting societal standards dictate how I moved in life, right? And this is kind of that energy that we're really feeling right now, okay? Clarifiers for the Sun. We're focusing on the Sun. My poor puppy is so scared of this noise from the wind. He's over here pacing. We have Page of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Get curious about what really makes you happy. I have known several people throughout life that have spent so much of their life appeasing the world around them, fitting that expectation, that when that fell apart, and I would ask them, well, what would you do if you hadn't been doing that? And they don't know, right? Get curious about it. Think about it. What would you really want to be doing if you didn't have to deal with all of this? What really does fulfill you? Where is your emotional fulfillment? Really think about that. Ask yourself the questions like, what did you want to do when you were a kid, kind of stuff? You know, what really lights you up? What really makes you feel good? Really focus on that today, and let those thoughts kind of lead you, okay? We're avoiding the Emperor. Why are we avoiding the Emperor, please? Let's see. We have Queen of Cups and Judgment. Okay. Look, Ten of Wands is back. Things are heavy, okay? Put down the wands that are too heavy, holding you back, okay? Again, we're avoiding the Emperor. You don't have to defend your castle. Maybe your castle was too much, okay? Maybe your castle wasn't really actually for you. It was for everybody else, right? So, Queen of Cups and Judgment, and you see how she's like moving towards Judgment here. This is kind of giving me the energy of doing things differently. Like, you know, you're getting this opportunity to handle this differently, more empathetically, less Emperor, like less defensively, listening to your intuition when it comes to doing these things differently. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. So if you're seeing like this opportunity to do something differently today, instead of like fighting to keep things the way they are, listen to your intuition. We are really supposed to be doing that right now. With this nodal axis that we're in and this Pisces pileup that we have going on. Really listen to your intuition to guide you if you see yourself in a situation where you get to like make a different decision to move forward, okay? Really think about what lights you up and what keeps you going, what fulfills you, and put down the weight of other people's expectations going through the day.